After a long time, I have been so impressed by an Android smartphone, that too from a brand like OnePlus. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the brand new OnePlus 13S, and I have been using this as my primary phone for a little over a month now, ever since it was launched actually, and I have a lot to say about this phone. So welcome to my extended long-term review of the OnePlus 13S, which is the latest OnePlus offering here in India at a very competitive price point of around 50 to 55,000 INR. Yo, what's up guys? Anubhav here. Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Today we'll be discussing all things about the OnePlus 13S and whether you should spend your hard-earned money on it or not if you're looking for a flagship-like smartphone in the 50 to 60,000 rupees budget here in India. If you guys like this video guys, a like to the channel and a sub to the channel would be legendary. And with that said, let's start talking about the OnePlus 13S. When this phone was revealed by OnePlus, I had a lot of thoughts in my mind. First off, at the first glance, without even holding the phone in my hand, I knew that this was going to feel like a very premium phone. And once I got the phone a day or two later, I have to say I did get that feel immediately when I held it in my hand. Think of the matte glass that you got in the iPhones from iPhone 15 onwards, all the way up to the 16 Pro and the Pro Maxes. This is that similar matte glass treatment that we see at the back here, and it looks absolutely stunning. In terms of design guys, this is one of the only phones that is going to make you feel like you are holding a super premium product. And honestly, ever since I have used this matte bag, I have been rocking it without a case, as you can see, and it has held up pretty well, I would say. Now of course, in terms of the design, you get glass at the back, glass at the front, and a metal frame that you can see over here. It makes the phone look incredibly premium, and this new camera housing is also something that I think looks very nice and very classy. Now, the form factor of this phone, which comes in right under 6.32 inches with this amazing 1.5K display up front, which we'll talk about later, makes this phone incredibly pocketable and a phone that you can use all the time without worrying about how large it is. If you're looking for a phone with just a smaller screen without compromising on anything else like the power, the software, or the overall premiumness of the phone, then the 13S seems to be an absolute miracle for those of you out there, and I can see why. It took me a while to get used to the smaller screen size because I switched from my iPhone 16 Pro Max and my S24 Ultra that I daily drive, as you guys know, but after a week or so, I got quickly used to the screen size, and trust me guys, small screens have their own charm. The way I can reach every corner of this screen with just one hand, and Oxygen OS also has a lot of really cool features baked right into the launcher that can let you access one-handed mode very easily, which I think is very nice. A simple swipe up on the launcher will let you access far-to-reach folders and apps, and I think that this makes it even more pocketable. Honestly, if you're looking for a compact flagship, this is the way to go. If we talk about the display guys, as I said, this is a 6.32 inch panel. Of course, it is LTPO AMOLED. You get 120 Hz of refresh rate and 2160 Hz of PWM dimming, which is really nice. The phone by default will not come in the 1.5K setting, so you can change and upgrade the resolution, and I recommend you do. The sharpness that you get on a smaller screen with that 1.5K resolution is wonderful. Content and media consumption looks great on it, and it also supports HDR content because it is an HDR10 Plus certified display, which makes it even better. I think in terms of consuming content or gaming, this is one of the best displays, or rather a flagship display at this current price point. As far as IP rating is concerned, this is the one place where OnePlus did not give you flat out IP68 or IP69 rating. This phone is rated IP65 for dust and water resistance, which is okay, I guess. However, at the end of the day, whether it's IP69 or IP65, if you do get your phone damaged because of water, then it will not be covered under warranty. So I guess that is still something that I can let slide, especially considering the price point of this particular phone. Talking about the price point guys, the global OnePlus 13S does not actually come with this color, which I think is the absolute best color that a phone could have been launched in. It's sort of like an olive lime green, and I really like how desaturated and pastely quality it is, and also this green hue just makes it look a lot more premium. So this is the green silk color, which is exclusive to India. Let's talk about performance, because this is where most companies say it's a flagship but then back down when they have to give flagship specifications. But I'm happy to report, guys, in all of my month long of testing of keeping this phone as my daily driver, this phone really does deliver on the performance. And of course, it has to deliver on the performance because it is powered by the latest and greatest Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, and this thing just flies over all the apps and games that you want to throw at it, and it does it with a lot of grace. Along with that, you get 256 GB of base storage and 12 GB of RAM. If you want to max it out, you can go up to 512 gigs with again 12 gigs of RAM. All the storage variants available for the 13S are UFS 4.0, so you don't have to worry about that, which basically means that this kind of RAM and storage speed combo along with the 8 Elite makes this phone a true flagship in the way it handles different games. I did play my fair share of BGMI on it with the absolute maxed out settings, and I was getting a very smooth frame rate, and the phone did not heat up even after playing for more than 1 hour, which I think is commendable, especially in a phone this size. Battery life is again something that I know most of you guys are going to be interested in, and OnePlus really delivered here as well. The OnePlus 13S comes with a silicon carbon battery, which is amazing to see. It's only 5850 mAh in raw size, so you might be thinking, will the battery life be good enough? But trust me, it really is. It supports up to 80 watts of wired charging, and you do get the charging brick in the box, which is always appreciated. In terms of raw battery life, guys, the battery of this phone is very good. It easily lasts me over a day and will give me around 7 to 7.5, even 8 hours of screen on time if I am lenient with my usage. But even with hardcore usage, you can expect around 6 to 7 hours of screen on time, which is very good for a battery of this size. And truly, OnePlus has done something incredible with the battery life of this phone. I am a huge fan. Now, if we talk about the software, guys, the OnePlus 13S is powered by the latest Oxygen OS 15, which is obviously running on Android 15. And I have to say, Oxygen OS 15 has a lot of really cool ease of use features, like the one-handed mode gesture that I showed you. And the fact is, inside the settings, you can actually tinker around a lot. So even customization features are aplenty. And even in terms of ease of use features, in terms of AI things, OnePlus does give you the plus key over here. Now, we all know by which company this plus key concept was inspired by, and OnePlus doesn't seem to hide it as well. You get a very iPhone-like notch even when there are live activities like a timer or a voice recorder on your phone, and you can click on it and go ahead and visit those applications with the sort of dynamic island kind of a UI. The plus key can be customized though. By default, it is redirected to a Mindspace, which is basically like an AI assistant for your screenshots. Clicking on this button, if you have it assigned to Mindspace, will take a screenshot, analyze it through AI and save it in your Mindspace, which acts like a journaling application. It is very useful when you use it for, documenting information or just remembering something for the future. And in case you don't end up using it enough, you can also remap it in the plus key menu in the settings, which again looks eerily similar to the menu of the action button that you get to see on the latest iPhones. I mean, they clearly don't worry about being called copied by Apple, so neither should we. The feature is there, you can use it, you can remap it to anything else that you want, and yeah, it works just as intended. Even if we talk about other AI features, guys, OnePlus AI is here, and it is right up there with Samsung's AI tools that you get on Samsung flagships as well. There is AI call summaries, AI call translation, which is nice to see, features that you might end up using. In the Photos application, I saw some really cool other AI features, especially with related to editing photos, which was really cool. So there is an AI recompose option, which will take your photo and compose it accordingly in case you don't know how to crop it. There is an AI unblur option, which takes your slightly blurry photos and fixes that and sharpens it. And again, there is also an AI remove reflections version, which actually lets you remove reflections from a photo, and most of the time these do very good job. So I am very happy with the integration of AI in this OnePlus phone as well. Also, guys, a special mention goes to the haptic engine that is inside the OnePlus 13S, as well as the stereo speakers. The haptics work really well, and they give you a kind of vibration that I can't explain in words. It makes you feel like you're using a really premium, more expensive phone, which is always nice. And the stereo speakers are also plenty loud for listening to videos and listening to music, whether you're outdoors and you have a lot of ambient noise around you, it does a really good job. So I am super happy with all of that. I saw a lot of people worrying about connectivity issues with relating to Wi-Fi or voice network. Now in my testing, I did not receive any problems with my home Wi-Fi or my office Wi-Fi connection, and I was also rocking my Jio 5G SIM on this phone, and I did not receive any call drops or any talking issues or listening issues. Everything worked very well with me, and I think that if you're on a Jio network or an Airtel Wi-Fi network, things should be super smooth for you as they work for me. Alright, so I think I've touched pretty much about everything else in my reviewing experience except the cameras, and there is a reason that I kept them at the last. OnePlus's weakest link clearly has been the cameras for a long time, right from the get-go in fact, and the 13S really tries to get out of that notion but only manages to scrape the surface of it. So the OnePlus 13S has two 50 megapixel cameras at the back, as you can see. First is a primary 50 megapixel camera with OIS and autofocus, and the other one is a 50 megapixel 2x telephoto, again with autofocus. Also, you get a 32 megapixel front-facing camera which also has autofocus, and the selfies are just average, I would say. Skin tones are fine, but nothing to write home about. But enough about the front camera. I want to tell you guys about the back camera experience. Guys, two things I don't understand. Number one, there is an ultra wide missing on this phone, and that should not have been the case. I feel like whenever I don't see an ultra wide option in the camera UI, it makes me feel like it's a budget phone for some reason. And I don't think OnePlus didn't have the option to put in even a 12 megapixel ultra wide. I think it would have been enough, something that they definitely missed out on. And secondly, the telephoto lens could have easily been a 3x telephoto, especially when the 50 megapixel primary is enough for you to do a 2x lossless zoom right from the main sensor itself. Putting another camera which is doing 2x zoom seems a little unnecessary for me. So yeah, if this 50 megapixel was a 3x, I would be raving about this camera, but again, it is what it is. If we talk about photo quality, guys, I feel like these are very typical OnePlus colors. When there is enough light and when you give it enough shutter speed, the photos both at night and during the daytime look good. They are very punchy, very contrasty, and you will find a very saturated look most of the times. Selfies are also good, but again, this could have been much better with an inclusion of a low resolution but still available ultra wide lens, and B, if they would have just given a 3x telephoto instead of 2x, because I can already do a 2x lossless zoom from my primary sensor. These are just my notes that would have made this camera system even better, but as of right now, it's a solid B+ camera system in my usage. Even in terms of videos, you can do up to 4K 60 FPS and 1080p 240 FPS. Video samples are also okay. Clearly, camera is the one thing that this phone is still lacking in. Alright guys, conclusion time. See, I used it as my primary phone for almost 30 days, and you know, other than the differences and the problems that I had in the camera department, I still really like this phone. There's just something about this compact size, this color, the choice of materials, the clean and smooth UI, the blazingly fast processor, and everything that ties it together. And it feels like OnePlus is back in its DNA after a long time, especially given how much this phone is priced for, which is around 55,000 rupees without any bank discount. If you do end up getting that bank discount, you can get it for as low as 50k. Whether you get it at 55 or at 50,000 Indian rupees, I feel like if you don't need an absolutely amazing camera system, then the OnePlus 13S will pretty much really impress you in every other category out there, and you will also definitely turn some iPhone users' head when you show them how beautiful and classy this phone looks. That was my review, guys, of the 13S, and yeah, this was a real review. This video is not sponsored by OnePlus, so everything that I said in this video, you can take it to the bank because this was my actual usage of this phone. Let me know what you guys think about it, if there's anything you'd like to add, or if you're going to go ahead and buy the OnePlus 13S as your next Android device. If you are, congratulations, this is a good one. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, press on the bell icon, and I will see you next time. Peace out.